Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0 in the biggest game of the season, in what could have been a title decider, but was probably never going to be that. But look, a bore fest. We've lost an hour in the UK today with the clocks going forward, so I think everybody deserves a medal for staying awake. It was a hard watch. It was a game of chess. It had very, very big implications in the title race. And for a loser, it potentially puts you out of title race. So look, first thing I want to say is it was boring. It was very, very boring. And it was very pragmatic. And Arsenal didn't go to the Etihad with a different plan to last year. Last year they tried to park the bus. They tried to keep it tight and it didn't work. Today it did work. And I've got to say, actually, look, there is no obligation to go to the Etihad and play normal Arsenal football. Arteta went there with a plan. They did show a lot of respect to Man City. I didn't personally think that was the right thing to do. They showed a lot of respect. They let them have the ball. They played very deep. They played very much parking the bus football and they tried to counter. But it worked. At the end of the day, obviously, Arteta went there with the intention of not losing. And he felt the best way to do that was to play like that. And it's 2 years, I think, since Manchester City haven't scored a goal at home in the Premier League at the Etihad. So I would have said massive risk. And if you lose that game by a penalty or a deflection, you're going to walk away going, that's us out of the title race. We may as well have had a go. So high risk, high reward from Arteta and Arsenal. And the fact that Saliba was man of the match, Gabriel played really well, Ben White played well, their defence played really, really well. They played well this season. It's a strong asset in this Arsenal side that they can defend well. The game may well have been very, very boring, and I think it was, but bottom line is Arsenal have got a draw. They've not conceded a goal. They've kept Man City at arm's length. There wasn't any really big chances for Man City. Defensively, it was a bit odd for us to watch because you're thinking at some point Man City will score, but they didn't. So the Arsenal plan works. And then you look at the league table and you go, look, do I think Arsenal are going to win this league title? I think if they'd won this game, then you'd probably start to think, hold on, is something going on here? 2 points behind Liverpool, a point ahead of Manchester City. Look, can Arsenal, with 9 games to go to the Etihad knowing they've got to win? They don't know that at the moment. So I think the Arsenal game plan makes sense. The real winners today are going to be Liverpool. They've got 3 points on Man City now. They should have another 3. They should have had a penalty, obviously, against them a few weeks ago at Anfield. But they've got a better goal difference and they've got a 3-point gap on Manchester City and they can outscore them. So you wouldn't expect Man City to overturn that goal difference. So really, Liverpool are in a position now where they can afford to lose a game and still win the league. So it's advantage Liverpool, really. Looking at the games that are left, it's still possible, I think, that Man City could win 9 in a row. And if they did, Liverpool have got to win 8 out of 9. Liverpool have got to go to Old Trafford and Villa Park. I think they're the 2 that sort of make me think they might not win both of those. Are Man City going to go and win 9 games in a row? It's only because they've done it before that we think they might do. But I still would say Man City still have a good chance of winning this title, but it's Liverpool's at the moment marginally, with Arsenal sort of like on a watching brief, because we know that Arsenal's remaining games Arsenal's remaining games, well, they've certainly got winnable games, there's no doubt about that, but they've also got the Champions League. They've got, their next game is Luton. They've got Brighton away, which you never know. They've got Villa at home, which you never know. Wolves away, Chelsea at home, Spurs away, United away. They've got a lot of potential slip-ups, Arsenal. I'm not saying they're not going to slip. I'm not saying they will slip up. Whereas you look at Man City, it's a better run. But look, Arteta went there probably not to get beat, in the hope that they might nick something. He certainly didn't go there to play like they have done since Christmas. And also, what I will say is, no team in the Premier League this week has won away from home. No one. That is not a coincidence. The international break is a momentum killer, and everybody knows after an international break, you want to be at home, because after an international break, you don't have your momentum. You don't have, it's better to be at home. So the fact that Arsenal have gone and got a point there. Arteta probably was of the opinion that they weren't, fluid enough to actually go out and have a good go at City and open up. So look, yeah, it was a crap game, but really the unhappier party will be Man City, because Man City have taken 1 point from Arsenal this season, home and away, and Man City are 3 points off the top of the league. So yeah, it's a good result for Arsenal. I still don't think they've definitely got the harder run in, and there probably will be some twists and turns, but Arsenal keep themselves alive, and they keep it a 3-horse race. Ultimately, that's what they do. What did I think about the refereeing? Honestly, it was a bit of a weird one, but I'm not going to say Anthony Taylor belongs on the headlines of some of the refereeing this weekend that we've certainly seen in the Chelsea game or the Newcastle game. He certainly kept his hands, he certainly kept his cards in his pocket, but I think he was trying to let the game flow. I really don't think it had any major impact on the game. I mean, I think you're stretching if you're trying to say there should have been some red cards or anything like that. I don't think the referee had a massive impact on the game in that sense at all. And I think the result is the right result. And I don't intend to take any more of your time because it was a bit of a boring game. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Get your comments in below. What are you feeling as an Arsenal fan about that? I mean, are you content? Man City fans, if we can have any, what are your thoughts on that? Liverpool, obviously, you're the big winner. Most of all, who do you think's the favourite for the title now? Looking at that league table, who have you got winning the league? I still think it's very close. I still think City might do something in here. I think it's in Liverpool's hands, of course, but I still feel City are a threat. Less of a threat than they would have been if they'd won, though. I agree. Get your comments in below. I'll speak to you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching.